Hey, what's good, everyone? This is V Marie, also known as your girl V92. Just want to come to you guys with another good video today. Today's video is going to be a response to Miss Cerebral Madness. Now, when I saw her video, I gave making videos a rest for a minute, but once I seen this, I was like, a spark just hitting me, and I'm like, I have to talk about this. So basically the name, and I'm going to pin her video into the description of my video so you guys can check her out. I've been a subscriber to her for a few years now. Actually, when I started first getting on YouTube and noticing this gender war crap. I've been her and Lashid For You and a few other black women were people that I subbed to just to hear what they had to say. Also, Cerebral was actually one of the reasons why I started making YouTube videos as well. Along with You Heard Me First Time, very powerful women that I really was just taken back by, and I was astonished by how they can break down their theories and how they can just, stand their ground, even with, all the names that they're being called. They can just really break down their arguments so perfectly and very well. So just wanted to give that compliment before I started. Okay, so the name of her video is called The Mind Games That Black Men Play. And we all know that they play them very well. That's, what they base, their manhood off. Mind games. So first and foremost, I want black women to know, please don't get upset at the things that black men say. Please don't take them seriously. Please love yourselves first and foremost. Have confidence in yourself, and don't base, your livelihood on what these males have to say. Please, that's just a disclaimer for y'all. So anyway, she was talking about how, she was getting tired of black men making it a point to criticize black women for doing things that they feel aren't, woman-like or unbecoming of women, such as shaking your ass and twerking and wearing skimpy clothes along with wearing weave. But black men are very hypocritical. She was talking about how, black men always pose the question to black women, are you guys only your ass is ass a black woman, all a black woman has to offer? Well, she was, breaking it down very well and talking about how, black men, that's what they see. That's what they want. They want a woman with a big breast, big ass. We all know how black men are about ass. But how can you turn around and ask a black woman about that if that's what you're expecting? And when she said that, something immediately went through my head. I remember listening to a podcast this is when Tariq Elite Nasheed had podcast. And this is when he was, really going hard at that. And he was, he had those podcasts on how he can teach black men on how to, raise their game up and how to come proper with the women and, etc. And I remember one day he said something that kind of stuck with me. He had this popular saying of, never trust a black woman who doesn't have an ass. And I was like, wow, black men criticize black women for twerking and shaking their ass when that's the whole pinnacle of what they base their relationships off of. She went even deeper, and it was a great video. That's why I'm pinning it down. Y'all got to see it. It was a great video because she just laid it out so perfectly. And she turned around and she's like, well, non-black women, back in the 90s, I was alive, but I was a little younger and I didn't really understand until I got a lot older. But there used to be this show on BET to where it was called Uncut or some shit like that. I can't even remember exactly. BT Uncut. And that was a time of night where all these rappers would have, women dressed in nothing, and they would be very seductively shaking their asses, and they'd be doing all sorts of dances, twerking, coochie popping, and shaking it in the men's faces, all sorts of things, And there was an outcry from black women. Black women were like, we are tired of, being fucking, portrayed as just whores and, all of that other things. Not all black women, and yes, I'm saying not all black women for a reason. Not all black women want to be portrayed as some ass shaking queen. There were a very big group of women who did not approve of the image that these women were representing us with. There is an outcry to remove that. It wasn't that black women did not want to be in videos. Black women were tired of the image of just being, some ass shakers. We wanted more respectable roles. We didn't want to get taken out. Now, fast forward 2014, you have non-black women, Latina women, Asian women, white women who do the same exact things that black women did back in the 90s. Shaking their asses, but the only difference is black men approve of it. They approve of that. It's okay for, look on some of these men who are very vocal about really hating black women. You'll notice that they'll have videos upon videos of non-black women pussy popping and shaking their behinds, but they'll criticize black women for doing it. The hypocrisy and the mind games of that black men play are ridiculous. Many black women need to notice that. I feel like black men just want some shit to talk about. But she also, talked about, they basically replaced black women and put non-black women in there. So now, nowadays, non-black women can either be portrayed as shaking their ass, and they'll be portrayed as, the love interest in the same scene. It's okay for a non-black woman to be a whore. Case in point, example, Kim Kardashian. Now, if Kim Kardashian were a black woman, do you think that she would be married by now? As many times as she could have got married? Hell no. It's proven time and time again that black men will pick up the trash from other races and criticize black women for the same shit. That's the hypocrisy that we're sick of. Another thing that she went into that was perfectly well laid out was the hair situation, the weave and the nails, and just the fakeness of it. It's like the hypocrisy of them is, they're saying, oh, you hair hats and you're wearing weave and blah, blah, blah. We're sick of you wearing weave. But look around, a black woman who has her natural hair, a black man ain't paying attention to that. Matter of fact, he's fucking looking at her less than with her natural state than if she were to have some fucking straight hair in her head. Black men, I'm sorry to say this, there's no abundance of black men seeking black women with their natural hair. None. A black woman will have her hair natural, you ain't gonna get a second look. And I hate to say this, you guys can, protest all you want to, but non-black men seem to appreciate a black woman's naturally textured hair more than black men do. Take a look around. Take a look at some of these YouTubers out here, Gabe and Babe and, Knive Knowles, they are married to non-black men, but they appreciate their natural state of hair. They think it's nice. Black men don't, because they're hypocritical dumbasses. Yeah, sorry I had to go into that, but, I'm just ranting right now. And I'm just, making my response to the video that Cerebral Madness made. She hit she hit it right on the head with that. So anyway, you know, now I know not everybody agrees with Kola Boof, but I agree with a lot of the things that she says. And I'm gonna, you know, take a post. There is a post that she made not too long ago. Let me look it up. I'm gonna pin it to one of the pictures so you can see, you know, what she said. But I'm just gonna read something real quick because she hit the nail on the head as well. Hold on a second. And I'm going to pin Kola Boofs page in case you want to look at it as well. Okay. So Kola Boof wrote, check out the covers of Black Men magazine, a magazine ran by Black men. Black America is a sham. The Black community is actively against Black women because our rooms reproduce dark, nappy-headed babies. Yet after waiting diligently for a rare Black man who desires and respects Black women, I'm castigated for accepting a white man's marriage proposal, even by a lonely-ass Black woman who share men or haven't had one in years. Which is true. Black women who wait on Black men are either sharing them or they ain't had a man because Black men are not there. How much humiliation and disrespect are Black women willing to take before they wake the fuck up? I mean, that was some real shit right there. You know, message, you know, Cerebral is, you know, a lot older than I am, maybe by like maybe 5 or 6 years. Not a lot, but, you know, she's older than I am. But, I mean, you can tell in her videos, you know, she's still holding on to hope for finding that right Black man. I mean, she's a good woman. You know, you see what the fuck she going through. I mean, Cerebral message, you know, that day probably is not going to come. You know, I'm just being real here. So, you know, get back to me. What do you guys think? Are you sick of the mind games that Black men play? Acting like they're very concerned about the well-being of Black women when they don't give a fuck about you? Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm going to pin the video down, and I'm also going to pin Miss Kola Boofs' Facebook page down so you guys can check it out and see what she has to say. All right, get at me. You know, if you want to respond back, let me know. Write some comments. Let me know what you guys think. All right, and if you haven't subbed already, hit that sub button, and I'd be happy to reply back. I know I haven't really been replying back these days because I have a lot of crap to do. But hit me up. All right, out.